it, for those who are watching it at Life Skill TV, and those who are watching it on the computer at lifeskilltv.com, just be sure to type in your name at the bottom, and we'll call it and hit send public, and that's how we know that you'll be on the broadcast. All right, we're going to get right into our lesson today, and then afterwards we'll talk about the victories and lessons that we've had over the last week. And our topic for today, and by the way, much of our information is taken from our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. It's of course available. It's available through our company. It's available on Amazon. It's available at www.12, the number 12, ULS. All right, the truth about success, and today we're going to talk about two aspects of success. One, we call it contextual success. In other words, the context of success, the foundation for success. And then two, we're going to talk about functional success. And the difference is this: the contextual success is the understanding that you must have the proper framework, the proper consciousness to attract success into your space. And the functional success is what you need to do to actually bring about success in your life. Now, the idea of the contextual success. First, what is success? And very often people measure success by material things, cars and money. But really and truly, success in the most general terms is a continuous realization of your worthwhile purpose. Okay? Success is a continuous realization of the outcomes and results that you desire in your life. In other words, success is a process. It's a continuous process. So you don't actually get there. In other words, you say, okay, sometimes people will set specific, you might say, benchmarks. When I have $10,000, I'm successful. Or when I have $100,000, I'm successful. Well, or when I have $1 million, I'm successful. Well, that's not really success. Success is really a continuous realization. It's a growth process rather than a finite, a static process. On a material level for success, people often look at specific accomplishments, how much money, a home, a car, material possessions. And the interesting thing is that those who operate on the material level often become consumed with maintaining those possessions and that represent their success. So you'll find people struggling to pay for a car that they really can't afford, so that people outside, because they think that the people outside, the people they meet, really care and define them in terms of the car rather than who they really are. Okay? When success is understood on a spiritual level, it is really a progressive realization of your worthwhile purpose. In other words, you continue to grow and develop in all aspects. It's a continuous unfolding of your purpose and your destiny. We were not put here on this planet just because, but we were put here to fulfill a purpose and to realize a destiny. So, in this context, we call it the context of success. There are 4 principles to really focus on. The first is the success must be in your mind first. I'll say it again. Success must be in your mind first. Earl Nightingale said it very powerfully. He said, you become what you think about most of the time. Biblically, it is said that a man shall have whatsoever he thinks in his heart. Now, that side of success really points out a duality, that success is a thought, a rational part. Whatsoever a man thinks, that's the rational part of the thought. In his heart, how he feels. So success, you really achieve what you think and feel about yourself. However, feeling is more important than the thinking. So you can think success, as we call it, uh, talk on the path, but you can feel failure. In other words, you feel unworthy of your success. And sometimes many of you may take a look and say, uh, and can say that uh, I, I see myself as successful, and I attempt to become successful, in many many ways, but failure seems to keep coming to you. And so we often say, if the results are not that which you're seeking, then look in the mirror. So you may be sending a contradictory broadcast. Okay, you're saying talking in the path, but inside you may feel unworthy of your success. Why? Maybe you've been impacted by past failures. Sometimes we literally fail our way to success, but people often get discouraged in going through the failure, and I'm going to use the word failure and growth. They take place at the same time. So sometimes people get so discouraged through the failure slash growth process that they feel unworthy of the success that they're seeking, and they only, the law of attraction says you pull into your space, into your life, that which you feel about yourself. So principle number one, success must be in your mind first. So think success, feel success, put pictures of what success represents to you on your wall in the bathroom. But most of all, inside, feel and program yourself by affirmations. I am worthy of success. Success comes to me each and every day. I feel great. Oh, I am a success magnet. I attract success into my life each and every day. So, for number one, success must be in your mind first. Think it. Right? Number two, you must be constant in your efforts. This continuous realization of a worthwhile purpose attracts flies and eagles into your life. And so, as you begin your success journey, never take a break for rest and reward too soon. Now, this doesn't mean that you must become a workaholic, but it simply means that you must create a harmonic rhythm for your life, a harmonic rhythm balanced that is centered on balance between your physical, your spiritual, your material, your family, your community. So I'm not advocating that you become workaholic, but I'm saying that once you establish your desires and your goals for success, then be constant in your efforts in the context of your life and your commitments. And so success some people may be working two jobs, have a ton of kids and grandparents to take care of, but success may be just that you get 2 hours a week to work on it, to work on your goals, to work on your vision, to work on your action plan. Well, that's fine. Okay. So those 2 hours, you must take them every week in our business, in network marketing, even on your job. That which you do every day consistently attracts into your life the results that you're seeking. So be constant in your efforts. As your efforts begin to produce uh, rewards and results, work even harder. In other words, be motivated by the success that you have. How do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. How do you build a dream? Day by day. And so, as each thing happens along the way, just keep eating, keep working on your dream, on your success path constantly. The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. It is said, whatsoever your hand findeth to do, do it with all your might. And so being constant in your efforts means that you consistently apply and take the actions that you have laid out for yourself to achieve that which you're seeking. We used to always, a friend of mine once said, if I work for myself, and many of us do, then the first thing I'll do is give myself a day off. So be constant in your efforts, follow your success path consistently on a daily basis. The third contextual principle of success is get away from the crowd at the bottom. One of the most difficult steps that you'll face on your success journey is getting away from your friends and family. In other words, I'm not saying that they're unsuccessful, but get away from the people who are not going in the direction that you're going. When you set up your business, very often, we'll often talk to our friends and family first about our exciting business, but our friends and family see us the way we were or the way we are rather than the way we want to be, which is why we made a decision to do a business. And so get away from those people that are just not going where you're going. There are many unsuccessful, mediocre people who fail to realize or act on their true potential. If you constantly associate with them, your success journey will be short lived. It is said, birds of a feather flock together. Spiritually, when two or more gathered on one accord, I am is the making power, is the attraction power, is that force that pulls things into your space, into your life that are consistent with how you think and feel about yourself. If you associate with a group of people who are not going anywhere, who don't share your goals and your vision, who are not trying to be success, then that I am principle, that creative principle works against you, and your efforts will be short-lived and frustrated. So you must clear the deck to make room for the new associates, the new friends, the new people who will complement and enhance your success efforts. Once you break away from the crowd, accept that temporary state of loneliness. Believe me, as they say, it's lonely at the top, it's lonely on the way up. So when you accept that state of loneliness to prepare for your success, you will become magnetic for and attract people into your space and experience who are consistent with that which you are seeking. And finally, the fourth contextual principle of success is to be willing to change your life completely. Be willing to change your life completely. You know, the law of change says, be not conformed to this world. In other words, whatever your situation is in life, you don't have to stay stuck there, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. So make your life consistent with, congruent with, harmonic with your defined success. If you're seeking material success, then be more conscious about how you spend your money. Look at investing your money as opposed to spending your money. As you progress towards spiritual success, be willing to put that time in to read, to study, to grow, to create that. To create that vibration, that harmonic that will attract success into your life. If there's anything about the way you feel, anything about the way you act that will frustrate your success efforts, change them. And you can tell if the success you're seeking doesn't come in accord with the schedule you're seeking it. It may be either the wrong season for that success, you have your timing off, or the fact that you have not changed your emotions and your rational thinking in a way that will attract and complement the success you're seeking. When you realize that you start your success journey and that there are things that habits, for example, habits are probably the number one thing that undermines our success efforts. But when there are habits that keep you from being successful, in the industry that we're in network marketing, in life, it's about relationships, the power of being liked. There's a quote I saw recently that said that the power of being liked is stronger than a iron fence. When people like you, there may be an iron fence 20 feet high, but when the gatekeeper likes you, they'll open the door. If they don't like you, you'll spend your life jumping and trying to climb an insurmountable wall. You must be willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to become the person that you must be to accomplish the goals that you're seeking and to realize your vision and your purpose. So, recounting, reviewing. Contextual success requires four things. One, success must be in your mind first. Two, be constant in your efforts. Three, get away from the crowd at the bottom. And four, be willing to change your life completely. So now let's look at the functional aspect of success. The functional aspect of success has basically four parts. Number one, you must be self-functional. In other words, you must take responsibility for where you are and where you are going. Very often in life, in work, in marketing, in our industry, we will give up responsibility to someone else. My business is not successful because my sponsor didn't work with me. My business is not successful because it seems that all the people I talk to are committed to be sick and stay broke. Okay? Well, functional success is that you must take responsibility for your success. And so whatever there is that's happening that you don't like, it's always hidden in the face, in the mirror. And so self-functional, take responsibility for your success and be willing to change. And this is the interplay of the contextual and the functional success. That if you find, for example, that everyone you talk to is not interested in talking to you, that people that literally see your number on the phone and run, okay, then you need to look in the mirror and say, well, what am I radiating that's causing people to have that reaction? And it may be that you're not likable. It may be that you appear too hungry. In our industry, you get toward the end of the month and where people are calling you and that phone is ringing and you can just hear the need to close out, to put dollars in their own pocket as they're talking to you. And so when you're self-functional, you are willing to change those things about yourself that are not consistent with your success. You cannot have excuses and success. You can live your life making excuses or being successful, but you cannot do the two. So when you are self-responsible, then there are no excuses. The buck stops with you, and you make the changes in your life to achieve that which you're seeking. The second aspect of functional success is self-determination. In other words, information has no value. Many of us study success journals and get on the success path, but we take no action. So information, the things that we learn, have no value unless you learn it and be determined to apply it. That self-determination is the thing that makes you say, learn, practice, and master. Self-determination is what gave you the ability to ride a bicycle. Each time you fell, you got back up. Each time you got wobbly, you did what it took to steady the bike. So self-determination is that you must be completely determined to achieve success no matter what happens. You must be willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. Many a gold mine, there's the story of the fellow who sold, I think it was Sutter's Mill in California, which was the home for the California gold rush. And it seems that he had been trying to find gold in the mine and he never did. And he quit and he sold the farm. Okay. And the next man came and just went one more step, one more inch, one more foot. And there was the greatest mother lode of gold ever seen. In your life, in your business, there's always one more thing to do to take you where you want to go. So that self-determination says, seek and you shall find, knocking it shall be opened, asking it shall be answered, and be willing to do it for as long as it takes to bring the results into your life. Self-determination requires constructs a harmonic relationship between you and that which you're seeking. And that harmonic relationship becomes magnetic to attract those things into your life and into your experience and into your business that will help you become successful. The third self in functional success is self-motivation. In other words, your desire must be from the inside. Often in our business, we get so involved with wanting people successful to be successful more than they want to be successful themselves. And so as a result, it's like pushing a rope, you know. So that desire must come from within. How do you determine if you have the self-motivation? You don't need a clock. You don't need people to call you. Sometimes in our industry, they'll say, well, my sponsor never calls you. Well, how many people has your sponsor sponsored? Oh, 25 people. So isn't it a whole lot easier for you to call one person, namely your sponsor, than for your sponsor to call 25? And what a sponsor does often is you determine who is serious by who calls you. As they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And so self-motivation, you must ring your own bell. Your job, your vision, your goals must wake you up every day. I've always been partial to people who sleep too late. That may be a personal flaw. But I think people, if they're excited about where they're going, they're going to jump out of bed and be working at it day and night. And then finally, the fourth self. And this is really the self that applies to us in our industry, in network marketing, in the corporate world, and even in your family. The idea of being self-functional. And really, this is your ultimate goal, to know what to do, to know how to do, to know when to do. Right? Self-functional means that you must, one, understand the basic principles and knowledge that you need to be successful. Two, you must commit to learn those basic principles. Three, you must commit to learn and practice those basic principles on a daily basis. And then third, you must learn, practice, and master those principles. You learn to ride a bicycle because you master the art of riding a bicycle. Once you've mastered it, you never have to learn it again. In our industry, in order for you to be successful, you must learn, practice, and master the principles for success. In network marketing, you must learn, practice, and master how to get started right. Okay? You must learn, practice, and master databasing, who to talk to, and what to say. You must learn, practice, and master the art of inviting. How do you ask people to take a look at whatever your business opportunity is? You must learn, practice, and master the art of telling the story. How you got involved, how it works for you, how your company works, how your product works. You must learn, practice, and master the art of follow-up. As they say, the fortune is in the follow-up. And then six, you must learn, practice, and master the art of answering objections, the art of doing explanations, and the art of closing the deal. And then finally, you must learn, practice, and master the art of accountability. As we say, how do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. How do you build a dream? Day by day. And how do you make your business successful? By daily activity. And so mastering the principle of accountability says that every day, every time you keep notes, you have a journal, you write down who you're talking to, what you're saying, you keep statistics on your activities so that you know how far you're going, how fast it's going for you, and when you're going to achieve your goals. So this completes our presentation. Just to reiterate and remind everybody what we did. The contextual success, the principles, success must be in your mind first. Be constant in your efforts. Get away from the crowd at the bottom and be willing to change your life completely. And functional success being taking self-responsibility with self-determination, self-motivation, and be self-functional so that you know what to do, how to do, when to do. And when you can do these things on a daily basis, then you can close your day with what we call, each day you start and you say, today I'm excited about going forward, and I start my day and open my life ready to get results. And at the end of the day, you say, today I did everything I could with what I had to do it with to make my life the way I want it to be, to realize my vision, live my destiny, and achieve my purpose. All right, folks. Let me switch this up for one moment. And okay. All right. Let me open the lines and let's see. All right, we have some comments. Let me. Okay. We have some people on the internet, and let's see. The name of the book I mentioned, it is The 12 Universal Laws of Success by Herbert Harris, and it's available at www.12uls, that's the number 12uls.com. When you order it there, you get a lot of goodies, an ebook, and some other goodies to go along with it. It's available on Amazon and in most bookstores. Okay, folks, any questions, comments, or feedback about the message today? Good morning, Jemay. Well, thank you so much, Jemay. Thank you. The morning is an interesting time. I think our minds, just as the flowers open up to receive the sun, I think our minds open up to receive knowledge. And we appreciate that. All right, other feedback, questions, or comments? You were breaking up. I couldn't hear you. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Bray. I know you've been working on your class out there, and we appreciate you. All right, folks. Uh, we're doing stuff a little kind of backwards today. I was experimenting with some things. Uh, we normally do our victories and lessons at the beginning. I'm doing them at the end. Any particular victories that anyone would like to share this week that happened over the weekend? Victories are great things that happen, things that you wanted to happen, things that you saw happening for you. Uh, any victories that you would like to share, stuff that you really are proud about accomplishing this week. Yes, go right ahead. Go ahead, Susanna. Uh-huh. Mm, wow. Thank you so much, Teresa. That's a great learning experience. Many people, many times people will come in our industry and they will talk to strangers. I had I sponsored someone months ago, and every time they told me they wanted to share the business with somebody, it was somebody they just met or they just, in other words, they never shared it with the people they knew, their friends, their family, the people they grew up with, the people they do business with. And I thought about it for a while, and I realized that one reason was they don't believe in network marketing themselves. So Susanna, your thoughts and your revelation really about network marketing. That this is a proud industry. This is an industry. If you want to make $1 million a year, and especially if you're one of us baby boomers, let me tell you, the options are not many. And network marketing is one of those areas or option that your only limitation is your own imagination. But so many times we have to get past that breakthrough, that negative paradigm that people often have about network marketing. And when I look into it, what I have found is that the people who have the most negative feelings about network marketing are people who tried it before and failed. And there's some folks. I remember a couple once that, I mean, they got into network marketing, they got into the company, and they had some initial success, and I mean, they were just so excited. And the husband quit his job and went on, and our business is like any other. You may have immediate success, but that doesn't necessarily mean long-term success. And so, they were doing a lot of recruiting, signing people up, getting some big checks, and they had neglected to master the second half of the business, which is training and duplication. And so after he quit his job and they signed, and then oh man, nobody's working, and their whole life fell apart. And they blamed it on network marketing. And so when you call a person like that, my goodness, you have to know why they are coming from such a negative space. So thank you so much, Susanna, that we must be proud of our industry. Tell them to read Paul Zane Pilsner, and where he says that the next group of millionaires will come from two areas: healthcare and the network marketing industry. Okay, any other victories this week? Yes, James. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. I tell you, James, once again, these are nuggets, folks. Okay, the value of network marketing, the honor in the industry. And then James just shared, the heartbeat of our industry is in-home presentations. It's not hotel meetings. It's not elite academies. All those are the things that are like the flowers. The elite academy is like the rose on the bush. And the weekly meetings that we have are like the stalk of the rose bush. But the roots of that rose bush lies in those in-home presentations, people to people, person to person. Think about this, Mary Kay. What's that? A $4 billion industry company. Mary Kay was based on those in-home parties. Tupperware, $1 billion company based on in-home parties. Nobody's ever been to a Tupperware opportunity meeting. Okay, the business model is in-home, and the reason is it works. And so, James, thank you so much. And each and every one of you, if you want to change your, as you say, be willing to change your life completely. If you want to change the success you have in your business, you have 3 in-home meetings a week. Now, not just at your home, but you get the new people you bring into business and you tell them to have 1 or 2 in-home meetings within 7 to 10 days and set it up. And you go there and support them and invite some of your other team members there. I guarantee your business will explode. Okay, thank you so much, Susanna, James. Now, any lessons this week? Excuse me. Anything that happened this week, you say, boy, you know what? I don't think I'll do that again. These life lessons and business lessons. Any lessons this week? All right. Uh, I have a lesson, and my lesson is this, that you have to keep your health up. You know, I'm a hard driver, and I was driving so hard this week. I'm telling you, I mean, I was driving. But what I found was this. If you don't have your health, I caught a cold coming back from Las Vegas and got an upper respiratory infection, a sinus, you name it. And boy, it slowed me down. And so the lesson was twofold. One, that you really have to be diligent about your own health, that you have to have balance. You can't work yourself into oblivion, but you have to work and live. The second lesson was the beauty of this business. Although I was down, although I wasn't making calls, other people in the business all over the country were doing their business and making it happen. All right, folks, this has been a little longer than we normally do, but any final questions before we sign off or comments? Yes. And so it is. As we say, thank you so much, Susanna. As we say, our business must be this. It got 3 aspects. So you gotta keep it real. You gotta really tell the truth and share what the business is really about. You gotta keep it fun, okay, and enjoy it so that you'll never work again. And then you gotta keep it moving so that it will move on to where you want it to go. Okay, folks, I've sure had a good time, and tune in next Saturday morning, every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. We salute you, Susanna. That's that motivation. That's that we call self-determination, when you can get up and be on the phone and lucid at 5 a.m. So we appreciate you. And any others calling from other time zones, thank you so much for being on the call. Have a great night. All right. Have a great, have a great, magnificent week, and I'll see you all at the bank. Bye-bye.